What's up, friends? Back for another piano review from our friends over at Fracture Sounds. This time, though, it's a very, very different sort of piano. It is a Steinway D, but focused on piano harmonics. We're talking about Glacier Keys. It kicks in at 5 gigabytes installs on the free Kontakt library. Before I get into the nitty-gritty, let's check out how it sounds. When you open it up, you'll have the main NKI for Glacier Keys, as well as some additional instruments, which we'll play through a couple of those as well. So this is the initial preset. Immediately, what I like about it is that it doesn't have a super hard, kind of gritty harmonic attack. It's soft, it's subtle, which I like. Let's talk about the interface. We have our color control. Depending on how much you want to cut through the mix. Stereo width, mono versus spread out wide. Atmospheric intensity will control these different layers. So if we solo out the raw sound, and even the raw sound has a very, very gentle sound. You can control each of the individual atmospheric layers. We're going to just blow this right up, and then I'll play them one at a time so you can hear what they sound like. This is glisten. We have frost. Like some frozen reversals. And then we have thaw. Almost has a choral kind of sound to it. And then, of course, you can mix them to your heart's content, how much you want for each one, and then you can control the intensity for the overall. We have key release noises. Depending on how much you want, or none. We have some pedal noise. If we want to torture everybody, we just do that over and over again. Bring it down. I tend to like just a tiny little bit. We have pedal resonance. I tend to like just a little bit, but again, not too much. I find that that can really start to muddy up your mix. So just a little will do you. You get your reverb controls, how much you want. And there's some additional reverb controls on the next page. Let's click on that right now. These little cog wheel. You got your velocity curve, sample start, resonance mode, and there's your reverb. You have selection of their clean, warm, big, spring, small, medium, large. No shimmer on this one, which is one of my favorites. They'll have to add it. Okay, and then you have your mic mixer. So click on that and we have 3 mic positions, close, mid, far. You can control these individually. You can solo out each of them, but you can also slide them whichever way you wanted to go. So really close sound. If you want it more of an intimate kind of sound, or far. So lots of fun messing around with that. I've talked a lot about this, but Fracture Sounds knows how to make piano libraries. They're making some of the best piano libraries on the market, in my opinion. So that is your interface in a nutshell. That's what it sounds like. Let's check out some additional patches. Glacier Keys by the Fire. Forgotten Voices. More of a pad kind of sound. Check out Ice Planes. That'd be a really good one for kind of getting some kind of movement going on there. We have Muted. As you can see, very, very deeply sampled. We have Soft. And let's check out Underwater. Let's dive into the composition. I'll show you what I did. This is more of a contextual kind of composition to show you how I would use Glacier Keys in context. And because I have a bunch of other libraries from Fracture Sounds, that would be a really good opportunity to show you how the sounds kind of work together. So we have two patches from Glacier Keys, Underwater and Forgotten Voices. Composition started with me playing this patch right here. Let's play a little bit of this. My favorite way of recording kind of piano and strings compositions is to do it off the click and then to match the chord changes based on the piano MIDI information. So we have that, then we have Glacier Keys Forgotten Voices. It's cool, that patch is almost somewhere between almost an organ sound and a choral sound. And then to that, we added some other stuff. We got 3 patches from the String Formations library. I just did a review for that last week. A few tracks from Trails, including their Dulce chord, which I'm probably still saying wrong. A little bit of petrichor in there, some high wind wisps. And then we got a little bit of Zen meditations in there. We got the tuning forks, which are very, very subtle, but you'll hear it just towards the end of the composition. If I was going to write a track using Glacier Keys, this is the kind of the type of track that I would be going for. If you are a fan of Fracture Sounds and how they sample their other piano libraries, then this is kind of like a no-brainer. It has a beautiful, soft sound. Between this one and I think it's their Midnight Grand, that one has a little bit more of a sharper sound. Percussive sound, this has a more gentle, soft sound. So I should prefer this one to Midnight Grand. Not that I didn't like Midnight Grand, but just for my own style of composition, I prefer this kind of softer sound. They're two entirely different libraries. I do have a lot of other piano libraries. What I tend to find is when they're sampled for this kind of harmonic usage, there tends to be a lot of like built up resonance. This one's very, very clean. I didn't hear any of that in this library. Deeply sampled, sounds fantastic as we would expect. Wish list, two things. One is I'd like to see the shimmer reverb thrown in here, and I'd like to have a delay in here. There'll be some more reviews of Fracture Sounds libraries coming out soon. That's it for me, my friends. Stay safe. Catch you in the next one.